Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Stevens. I'm the author of the Tanyuan Academy series, and this is English Nerd. So today I wanted to talk about Wishbone.
What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination on such a little bud.
I'm wondering how many people out there actually remember Wishbone. It was a PBS kids show that ran from 1995 to 1997. There were 50 episodes, and so just, a little bit of background about Wishbone. It's the story of a Jack Russell Terrier named Wishbone, who looks like this, with a little paw on his ear. And he's apparently a very well-read dog because he considers every one of his normal day-to-day activities as kind of a reflection of a great work that he's read. So the show switches back and forth between the 90s and his actual family, and then he stars in all of these abridged adaptations of great works of literature like Tom Sawyer or The Odyssey or Treasure Island or what have you. And so it's this really cute show that I feel like too few people know about at this point. So apparently when it was first thought of, it was just somebody wanted to write a kids show from a dog's point of view. And then when he saw a series of masterpieces, classics on his shelf, it sort of clicked that he would have this be kind of an educational show that introduced kids to great literature and introduced me to great literature as well. I remember being in high school and we were about to read A Tale of Two Cities or The Odyssey or one of those, and the teacher asked, have you heard the plot of this? Do you know anything about it? And I remember nodding sagely and then leaning over to a friend and saying, Wishbone, and they just went, mm-hmm. So I had learned all the plots of these great works through Wishbone. So the creator decided to do some auditions for the voice of the dog. The dog's mouth doesn't move or anything during the show, but he's narrated by a man named Larry Brantley, who came in for his audition, and apparently there was a dog at the audition, and he just had to do a voice for the dog as he was playing with this tennis ball, and that's how he got the role. He didn't know much about the show at all, which I think is kind of funny, but it ran for 2 seasons, and it ended up winning like 4 Daytime Emmy Awards, which I think it deserved. I remember really liking the show and thinking that it was really creative and cute, and I learned a lot of stuff. But yeah, so that's the background. It was not rebooted, but it was on PBS for a short while in like 2006 or something. But now I believe the only place that you can find the episodes is on YouTube. There are 1 or 2 channels that have all the episodes, and I'm planning on eventually going back and maybe watching some of those. When I was in, elementary, junior high, we had a VHS of the Prince and the Pauper one, but now they're all available, it looks like, out there in the world. I wish that the show had run longer, but it was shut down allegedly because it didn't have merchandising potential, which I feel is untrue because I not only have this amazing Sherlock Holmes Wishbone, but I also have this. There was a book series or 2 that spawned from the Wishbone series. This is the only book that I have, but I think I heard that there are about 50 books. This particular series has quite a few titles, as you can see. The books are kind of hilarious. If you look at they have illustrations. The books go back and forth between his normal life and great literature as well. And so Wishbone is playing Charles Darnay here. There he is on trial. It's just, it's so cute and weird. Here's Charles Darnay coming into, I don't know if it's Beauvais or Paris, but I mean, look, he's just a happy Jack Russell Terrier. The horse looks more concerned than he does about this angry mob that's out to get him. And I like how he has to be writing with someone else because he doesn't actually have the means to hold the reins for himself. Even though in some of these stories he's, the love interest or what have you. He plays Cyrano de Bergerac. It's just so cute. So I have this, and I don't even know where these came from. Maybe the mail. These stickers as well. Look at him dressed up as all these things. There he is as Romeo. There he is as Robin Hood. It's magnificent is what it is. So no merchandising potential? Au contraire. So the characters in this show, we have not only Wishbone, who is, of course, the main character in everything, but we also have his owner, Joe Talbot, who is a 12-year-old boy who lives in Texas with his mother. It's a single mother. His father died, I believe. Her name is Ellen. And Joe wears just an ungodly amount of layers, 90s style. So that's why I wore this this flannel, because it's kind of Joe-ish. I would just need a jacket over it, but it's kind of hot, so I'm not going to do that. So he wears all these layers and has all these adventures with his two best friends, David and Samantha. So they babysit and they plant trees, and there's one where I think it's Samantha, who gets stuck in this fire, and it's a whole thing. That was a very exciting episode. But Wishbone witnesses all of this and then thinks about the stories that it might correlate to. And then there's a whole cast that just does the literature stories, and it's the same people just playing different roles. So you always see the same actors, and then they'll, 1 week they'll be Madame Defarge, and the next week they'll be, part of in a wedding or whatever. So it's basically just the cutest, and I wish more people knew about this Wishbone. But yeah, when I first got this, my sister got it for me, and for that I'm very grateful. My students were too young to know who Wishbone was, and most of the teachers were either too young or too old to know who Wishbone was. It was like only people in their 30s who had any idea what I was talking about. So I'm going to try to revive the adorable show about classic literature. So that's it. This is just kind of a PSA for anybody who doesn't already know about Wishbone.
Story Wishbone, do you think it's worth a look? It kind of seems familiar, like a story from a book.
The PBS show that ran from 1995 to 1997. So that's it. If you like Wishbone, I would love to hear about it so we can actually, be friends, bond over this. But that's it. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe for more English nerdy goodness, and I will see you next week. Bye.